Hello and welcome to your daily love message from your person. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in 3 decks of cards for this reading today. We're going to connect with the energy to see what they want you to know using 2 decks of tarot and 1 deck of oracle. So I'm going to bring in the Divine Masculine Tarot by Mystic Moon and my deck, the Divine Masculine Message Tarot, and the Untold Messages of the Heart. This is by AquaMoonlight. So we're going to see what their intentions are, because in the early reading today, they want you to know that they are dependable, that you can trust them, and that in time they're going to do the right thing. And that means being authentic with you and taking off that mask. They don't want to be a fraud. They don't want you to be their secret lover. They want you as their only lover. And they want to be out in the open with you. And that's a fact. So I want to see what they intend to do about it and what's on their mind. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsreadings@gmail.com. So thank you, angels. What do they want to say to you today? What do they want to say to you? They want you to know that you can depend on them to do the right thing. So are their actions going to back up those words today? What do they want you to know? What's coming through? 1 card out of that whole deck. Wow. What do they want you to know? Not many cards coming out either. Okay, and the Devil's coming out there as well. So definitely dealing with fears and insecurities. Wow, so these are the cards that are really standing out first of all, because these all fell out upright. So the first one is the Devil. They're saying to you, I am learning. And that's so important you remember that, and then you relax a bit more, because they are learning lessons just like you are. And that's why this journey takes time. That's why things take time. They're learning to overcome their fears and their insecurities. So they have fears about the future, fears about not being good enough, fears and insecurities that hold them back, and they cause them pain. They cause themselves pain because they hold themselves back. So they self-sabotage because they have these fears and insecurities. So their insecurities are about the things that they do that you may not like. And that could be silly habits, small things that may seem small to you, but they are big to them. They also have fears around being accepted. They may worry about if your family and your friends are going to accept them, if they're going to fit in your world. That's what came through in the early reading today. If they're going to be loved and appreciated for the rest of their lives, because they may worry that they may be around you for a certain amount of time and then you may get bored or you may not want them anymore. And that's their biggest fear. So they are afraid some of them are walking away from their comfort zones or their situations they're in, because they feel like, well, you know, this is kind of better the devil I know, and it's risky to be with you because you challenge me and I could get really hurt and I could be abandoned. So I'll just stay where I am. I'll just remain in this silence a bit longer. I'll just keep doing this a little bit. But time is ticking and time is running out. And God's saying, you know, you can't just stay there. I'm going to come in and shake that tree. I'm going to prune that tree. So imagine there's a nest in a tree and someone shaking that tree, that nest is going to fall apart. So their life right now may be actually falling apart because that's the way it's meant to happen. God's meant to prune that tree and that nest is meant to fall apart. So if they've got a nest right now, you know, if they're in a karmic relationship, if they've got children, if they're settled and they're suddenly going through a big tower moment, that's because God is creating that in their life. So they're saying, I am learning, and that's reminding you to be patient, and they're overcoming their fears and insecurities because these are the things holding them back. So many of them want to reach out right now. If there was no fear, no insecurity, they'd already be with you right now. But these are the things that hold them back. And you're the Queen of Cups to them. That means you're this beautiful, magical being. So they lose themselves when they're with you. And this is why they go into these fears and insecurities, because they could get very hurt by you. Now, you're not going to hurt them, not intentionally anyway, but in their eyes, that's the power you have. Now, remember, in spiritual truth, nobody has power over us without our own permission, but that's how they feel. They feel like you hold all the cards, that you're in control, that you're in charge, and you have the power over their heart. You hold the key to their heart. So that's why they're saying, I lose myself when I'm with you. I become vulnerable when I'm with you. I feel things when I'm with you that I've never felt before. I feel all this passion, all this intensity, and all this desire. And I could lose myself in that. So in their life right now, they may have a lot of structure. They may have a schedule. And with you, that structure and that schedule kind of goes out of the window. Because with you, they're going to want to stay up late. They're going to want to have weekends in bed. They're going to want to do things differently. They may have a real routine right now that's very eat, sleep, repeat. There's no passion there. So they can get the work done or whatever it is they do, but you come in and change everything. So it won't just be a complete change to them. It's going to be a change of lifestyle and everything, because you're going to test them in so many ways. So they are saying to you, you're the one that I want, because the Queen of Cups is very beautiful, sensitive, psychic, spiritual. You're the whole package in this card for them. They're just worried that they're going to lose themselves when they're with you. They're going to lose themselves, not because they're going to lose their identity. They've already lost their identity in what they're already doing through their own fear. But you're going to make them feel things they've never felt before. And that's very scary for them. But this is what they want regardless. They're saying, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can feel your warmth around me. So the sun is the happy outcome. That they are coming towards you regardless of these fears, no matter what their insecurities are. Even if they're afraid of losing themselves in you and taking a risk, they're still going to move towards you because you're what they want. You're their happiness, their light. So another message here for you, that all you really need to do in this situation is to continuously shine your light, because that light is guiding them home. And you might think, well, how do I shine my light? I haven't got a switch that I just switch on and it shines. It's your positivity. It's your creativity. It's you being your authentic self. And we spoke about that in the early reading today. It's you being you, because you are naturally warm, you are naturally kind, naturally psychic, naturally independent. When you're operating in your power, your positive self, then that's what guides them in. Not when you're being negative or stressed out or operating in your own ego. That dims that light. And then they're in that water thinking, hang on, it was all shining bright and I could see, and now I'm drowning again. So they are facing towards the light, and you can see the hand reaching out, which is a huge sign that they intend to reach out to you, because you're the warmth and they're the hand. They are going to reach out to you. So trust in that, especially if you're panicking right now, thinking it's over, wondering what they're going to do next. They intend to reach out to you because you are the light at the end of the tunnel. They're going to be fear. Yeah, fear there. So even in their darkest fears, they can feel and sense you. Yeah, and that's why there's a delay. So you might think, well, when are they going to do this? And they're saying, I just need a little bit of time. So you've got to give them time. And you might think, well, you've already given them time, but time is illusion. It takes as much time as it needs. So, and I talk about the journey, not them. They'll take as much time as they need to do this right, because that's their intention. But the journey needs some time. So they're saying, I need time to understand things from a fresh perspective, which is showing you they are seeing things in a brand new way. So if they've said, oh, I'm never changing, or I'm not going to do this, or they're having a complete turnaround. And with the eclipse and the eclipse ahead as well with the new moon, things are turning around in their head. So they're having a brand new perspective on things, saying, I just need to let go and heal the way I viewed things before. So you need to give them time to process what they're feeling to be able to come forward. And so they are really dealing with their own demons, their own devils, to find this new perspective, to let go of the pain, to let go of the fear and the insecurity. And one card out of this whole deck, yeah, look at this, thoughts have been in my head about you constantly. So out of this whole deck, what they want you to know is they are in their feelings for you today. They're in their thoughts about you today. They're in their head all about you today. Why? Because they lose themselves in you. You're the light, you're the warmth, you're the power. You're everything they could ever dream of. You're their fantasy, you're a vision to that. You're the one they desire, the one they're drawn to. It's only the ego creating the delay. So this is very clear. Okay, they can't not come to you because they desire you so much. They desire you, they're passionate towards you. You're everything to them, they're in love with you. You're their heart, their warmth. Everything else is illusion, including the delay. They just need time in this delay, which creates the way to find the way, to see things in a new way, to overcome these fears and insecurities that have held them back. And they are causing themselves pain, they're aware of that, and that's why they're in the head. So they're in the head about you, thinking, overthinking, stressing, thinking about you the first moment they wake up in the morning until the last time they go to sleep at night, or the last thought at night, and then they go into a dream about you. So they're dreaming about you as well. You also pop in their mind all throughout the day, even if they're busy, even if they're distracted, even if they've got other things going on. They get reminded of you Why? Because God is shaking that tree and that nest is crumbling apart. So they can try and hide away behind a closed door and pretend this isn't happening to them and get on with their life. But they'll see signs about you everywhere because you're the elephant in the room that never goes away. And they are constantly reminded of you. And that means that will mess up their own life. So if they're trying to get on with something, they'll be in the head. I can't focus on that right now because you're in my head. I can't relax because you're in my head. I feel restless. I can't sleep because of this. I know I need to make a decision. I can't stay with this karmic partner because it's not you. It doesn't feel right anymore. So this is driving them mad. So they're in the thoughts about you because you're the warmth, and nobody will ever take that place or take up that space in their heart that you have. And they constantly feel that warmth, that pull to you. That's why no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing, all paths lead home. And that's the message today. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.